The Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, and the U.S. military will conduct the 39th iteration of Balikatan, the largest annual bilateral training exercise between the Republic of the Philippines and United States of America. The exercise directly supports the U.S.-Philippine Mutual Defense Treaty by enhancing military cooperation and readiness between the two militaries. The Philippine and U.S. forces will carry out their first-ever military exercises outside the Southeast Asian country's territorial waters, in a move China has said will only lead to greater insecurity in the South China Sea.
All countries, big or small, has the right to defend itself. And this right is absolute and inalienable. We are not deterred by how other countries think about what we're doing.
The annual Balikatan are shoulder-to-shoulder drills, which will run from the 22nd of April to the 10th of May. Will involve 16,700 soldiers simulating retaking enemy-occupied islands in areas facing Taiwan and the West Philippine Sea. Contingents from the Australian Defence Force and the French Navy, for the first time in Balikatan's history, will also join the exercise and drills as participants.
The participants will be the Philippine Navy, the US Navy, Philippine Coast Guard, US Coast Guard, French Navy.
Meanwhile, another 14 nations will participate as part of the international observers. These are the like-minded countries of Brunei, Canada, France, Germany, Great Britain, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. It will be the first time the maritime exercises are carried out beyond Philippines' 12 nautical miles territorial waters, but within Manila's exclusive economic zones, in parts of open sea claimed by China.
We will be utilizing the western side of Palawan, extending beyond our 12 nautical miles. So this is also a new thing that we are doing. We've done group sails before, okay, but this time we will be going beyond our 12 nautical mile limitation. So this is, like I said, kasi in previous exercises we've been limited to just 12 nautical miles. Now we are encouraging, or we are actually venturing outwards.
During this year's Balikatan exercise, participants will execute a range of complex missions across domains, including maritime security, sensing and targeting, air and missile defense, dynamic missile strikes, cyber defense, and information operations. The Philippine Navy, U.S. Navy, and the French Navy will also conduct a multilateral maritime exercise in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The U.S. Army has for the first time deployed a mid-range capacity land attack and surface-to-air missile defense system to the Philippines as part of its 2024 military bilateral exercise. The system was deployed in early April to Northern Luzon, with the first multi-domain task force on board AC-17 Globemaster III, with the support of the U.S. Air Force's 62nd Airlift Wing from Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington.
Yes, there is already a deployment of the MRC, the medium-range capability weapon system up north. This has it's not a new technology. It's a naval weapon system that the United States has put into a prime mover, and it has been deployed already up north.
Okay, a group sail is a maritime exercise, and the events that take place there will be a combination of division tactics, search and rescue, vehicle boarding, search and seizure exercises, gunnery exercises, deck landing qualifications, well deck operations. Those are types of exercise. So they will be moving from point A to point B.
For the U.S. forces, which have been retooling to prepare for a maritime war against China in the Indo-Pacific, the access is phenomenal, said a U.S. military official, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to share previously unreported details of the exercise. For the Philippines, the joint drills provide an opportunity not just to train but to assert its claims in the South China Sea, where China has built artificial islands, walled off resource-rich shoals and harassed Philippine vessels, said Philippine defense officials. The Philippines, the president said, would not yield to the open, unabating, and illegal, coercive, aggressive, and dangerous attacks by agents of the China Coast Guard and the Chinese Maritime Militia. On Thursday, the Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs said its decision to strengthen ties with Japan and the U.S. was a sovereign choice, and urged China to reflect upon its own actions in the South China Sea. The source of tension in the region is well known to all, which is caused by China's aggression, militarization and illegal intrusion to the West Philippine Sea. It is China's excessive maritime claims and aggressive behavior, including its militarization of reclaimed features, that are undermining regional peace and stability and raising tensions. China claims almost the entire South China Sea despite a 2016 ruling by an international tribunal that found Beijing's sweeping claims had no legal basis. Last week, Joe Biden pledged to defend the Philippines from any attack in the South China Sea, as he hosted the first joint summit with Manila and Tokyo amid growing tensions with Beijing.
As you've heard me say before, a great deal of history in our world will be written in the Indo-Pacific over the coming years. And I want to be clear, the United States defense commitments to Japan and to the Philippines are ironclad. They're ironclad. As I've said before, any attack on Philippine aircraft, vessels, or armed forces in the South China Sea would invoke our mutual defense treaty.
I do not discount the possibility that this also sends a message to our adversaries, to our friends, to our allies, and also to our like-minded partners. The message, actually, if you take it into totality, is the main goal of the exercise objectives, which is to demonstrate the strength of the alliance and our willingness to defend our territory.